Sure. In this tutorial, we'll cover some basic concepts of looping in Python, specifically using loops to work with collections like lists and dictionaries. We'll also present a few multiple choice questions mixed to test your understanding of the material. Tutorial Basics of Looping in Python 1. Introduction to loops. Loops are used in programming to execute a block of code repeatedly. Python primarily has two types of loops. For loop iterates over a sequence like a list, tuple, or string or other iterable objects, while loop repeats as long as a given condition is true. For loops, the for loop in Python is used to iterate over elements of a sequence. Example: iterating through a list. Python example: list of fruits, apple, banana, cherry. Using a for loop to iterate through the list for fruit. In fruits, print fruit output apple, banana, cherry. Explanation: in this example, the for loop goes through each item in the fruits list and prints it. While loops, the while loop continues to execute as long as the condition is true. Example: using a while loop. Python initialize a counter count 0. Using a while loop to print numbers from 0 to 4. While count 5, print count 1. Increment the counter output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Explanation: the while loop checks if count is less than 5 and increments count until it reaches 5. Looping through dictionaries. You can also loop through dictionaries using a for loop. Example: iterating through a dictionary. Python example: dictionary, person name Elise, age 30, city New York. Looping through dictionary keys and values. For key value in person items, print key value output name Elise, age 30, city New York. Explanation: the items method returns a view of the dictionary's key value pairs, which we can loop through. Nested loops. You can use loops inside other loops, known as nested loops. Example: nested for loop. Python example: list of lists, matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Using nested loops to iterate through to a list for row. In matrix for num. In row, print num, end print for a new line after each row. Output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Explanation: the outer loop goes through each row, while the inner loop iterates through each number in that row. Multiple choice questions mixed to reinforce your understanding. Here are some mix based on the tutorial content. Which of the following is a correct syntax for a for loop in Python? What will be the output of the following code? In a dictionary, how do you access the value associated with a key? What is the output of the following code? We also provided some hooks to test your understanding of the material. Practice creating your own loops and experimenting with different data structures to become more comfortable with Python looping constructs. Feel free to ask if you have any questions or if you need further clarification on any topic.